Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel, Lady D Psychic. This will be my video for the upcoming week where I give out the main transits for the week and I do a card reading and a channel. So this will I'll be covering mostly in this video the lunar eclipse, which is happening on the 8th of September at 11 past 4 a.m. It's my time in Sydney. So if you're on the other side of the world, it will be a different time frame for you. So best to check out those time frames. So this lunar eclipse, it is in Pisces. So it is all about the 12th house. It's about secrets. So there's a sense of truth telling coming out here. We do have a try to the moon to Jupiter, which is quite positive. So emotions, so luck with our emotions and feeling quite positive, bringing in new things in. It's all going to be about spiritual belief systems, I feel like. It is an opposition with the moon to Mercury. So communication, the mind, how we think things, and that's Mercury's in Virgo. So it could be about being a little bit critical of ourselves or looking at finer details or looking in things deeper. We've also, it's going to be linked with the node, so the North Node is life lessons. So you might find that you're questioning what your purpose is, what your destiny is, what you're doing with your life. All these questions may be coming up during this total eclipse. We've also got, see if we've got any other aspects to the moon. There is a slight aspect also to it with the node. I feel like that this is all about what sort of the bigger picture. I feel like with this eclipse, it is part of a new cycle that we're going into. I do feel like there's a sense here of like your spiritual belief system, about where you're coming from. The energy is going to be quite good. You might feel a little bit emotional because it is in Pisces, which is an emotional sign. So this could be a bit strong with the emotions that do come up. We also have a sextile between Venus and Mars, which is actually good for relationships and finances. So you might decide to go out to have fun. We do have any positive aspects that we have during this eclipse. We have a square to Uranus and to Mercury. So it could be bringing about some unexpected news that maybe you weren't expected, that wasn't positive. And then you've got the Mars and Jupiter, which is going to be in square. And they're going to start there. The exact square is going to happen on the 5th of the 9th. And then we've got... So that's happening, and on the 6th you're going to have the Uranus going to retrograde as well on the 6th, so which will be before the eclipse. With the square between Mars and Jupiter, that might not make you feel as confident. It might make you feel like it's like it's against the ego here. We've got Jupiter in Cancer and we have Mars in Libra, so it's about finding the justice, but it also could be a sense of falling into a little bit of victimhood. That could be coming up a lot during this eclipse with the Pisces energy that we're going to have. We already have Saturn that's come back into Pisces. We already have the node and we've got the moon. So we will be a little bit emotional. But I feel like it is a big transformational period that we're going to go through with this eclipse. And I feel like it's going to really affect people's... They're learning to be more flexible. I do feel like there's a sense of maybe even hurting words here, or people being too maybe upfront or too honest a little bit. I do feel like that there's a sense of learning about not getting what you want with this eclipse. And it could, but I really feel like it's about the expanding back belief systems, spiritual beliefs, that knowledge. You might be getting more downloads. It could be a little bit over emotional as well. I do feel like it's a sense of like inward thinking as well coming up with this eclipse, but it's like expanding on the truth. So you might things might be revealed during this eclipse as well. It's like, as I said, it's starting a new cycle, but it's like I really feel like it's the energy of not falling into victimhood that's going to be coming in. So we will be able to see if you're in Australia. So if you're in Australia, you will be able to see this eclipse that's coming up. I've got in my notes here. So the core themes about what's going to be coming up too is like the emotional illusion or releasing the illusions here. So it could be that you're trying to see things through rose-colored glasses. We've still got that Saturn and Neptune close together, which is bringing out that chaotic energy that we have. Plus we've got a sextile between Uranus and Neptune. I feel like that's helping you see through things like maybe certain scams that are a bit unusual, a bit weird, that you're going to see through it though. We've got his spiritual healing, intuition. I feel like it's going to be quite high during this eclipse. Balancing spirituality with paganism. So people might be looking back in terms of their religious beliefs, even, and looking about sort of more pagan times. And so, but it's a sense of over-expanding and overthinking things though, because we do have that position to Mercury. So I do feel like it's a sense of having knowledge and gaining knowledge, but being a lot like thinking about things more than more than verbalizing it is what I feel too. And I feel like it's going to affect more the mutable signs, and more Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces are the one that's going to feel probably this eclipse the most. Or even if you've got Pisces as a rising sign, like I've got Pisces as a rising sign, so I may feel it more too. And wherever it is in a house, it's going to affect different things there depending on your astrology. Now with the Uranus that we've got coming into retrograde, it's going to be on the 6th of the month. So with that, it's going to be it's time to reflect on ideas, connections, or impulses, stirred things by Uranus. So I feel like instead of it's about finding these connections and more outward, it's more inward thinking with the Uranus going into retrograde. So it's like instead of like the outward motivation, it's more focusing on inward reworking mental frameworks, reassessing beliefs. So recalibrating on how to communicate or connection mentally as well, because it's more going to be, the energy is more internal than external. So this retrograde can offer clarity on whether changes initiated are aligned with your deeper truth or need refining as well, because it's still going to be in Gemini, so it will make its way back into Taurus. So because next year it will come back into Uranus for the next, I think it's like 7-8 year cycle. So I haven't got the exact dates of when it goes back, but it does go back in Taurus later on this year. I feel like it is going to be an interesting rest of the year. Will be quite interesting as well. And so I feel like by November we've got Saturn moving direct in November. Then after that, the Mercury retrograde, we have a direct, because one more Mercury retrograde to go this year as well. And of course the Jupiter is going to get retrograde too at the end of the year as well. That's September. So go back into Taurus in November. So November 8th is when Uranus will go back into Taurus, and that'll be more, again, inward thinking, more about money, finances, and I feel like it's going to try and tidy up. By the time that comes out, it's going to tidy up or finish what it's been doing in Taurus with the housing market and money. We've also got Jupiter in Cancer, so that's why house prices also been booming up as well, especially in Australia. So with the eclipse, so let's look at the card reading for this week. Let's have a look and see what cards should I use for the week ahead. Marvel cards are standing out to me, so let's use my Marvel deck. Okay, I will say you are going to have to stand your ground with this week, with this eclipse energy, I feel like. And I do feel like it is about believing in yourself, like believing you can do it. But there's a lot of like internally what's going on, being a little bit stubborn, but finding ways to be flexible, because we are in a mutable sign. So I do feel like it will be about finding ways to be flexible, finding that strength to break through barriers, I'm going to say even break through perhaps even pain as well, things that have been causing you drama, and there even could be a sense of drama coming up. You might even feel like a sense of paranoia coming up during this eclipse too. But with the Jupiter, having that link to Jupiter, it's really going to help boost up certain energies, and I feel like it is going to be more about the religious, spiritual beliefs. It couldn't be more clarity of mental health coming in, or addictions that breakthrough, could be like a breakthrough or epiphany. If you're someone that does suffer with addictions, you might be coming up with a breakthrough, epiphany of how you see things and how you think as well during this eclipse. And I do feel like, you might be sensing that you're on guard a little bit with certain tensions. But I also feel like the sense of seeing the truth in things, seeing the reality, being able to sort of even negotiate like with yourself, like in terms of maybe how you're feeling. I just feel like things are going to change. And might feel like your things have been iced up or frozen up around you, but it's changing, it's sort of melting away a little bit. There even could be a sense of magic coming up. So it could be something that you thought was like sort of not possible, maybe possible during this eclipse too. And then we've got the Hermit. So part of you might be wanting to hide away a little bit too, but it's Monday, so you might get Monday-itis if you're working. But it's a sense here of a rare opportunity coming up. That rock there, it reminds me of Moldavite, which is a rare crystal or rare meteorite that it's only found in certain parts. It's a sort of meteorite, so you only got so much of it. It's a really strong crystal. I've seen it, but I've never worked with it. But so I feel like there could be something rare opportunity that comes up this week that it's like about grabbing it and to sort of run with it as well. Let's have a look. What else have we got here? Mask. People are going to be wearing masks, and it's about taking off the mask, revealing the truth aspect with what's actually going on. And it may be even that you're taking off the rose-colored glasses to see what the reality is that happening around the world too. And it could be that you're really want to fight for justice, or that you could be like wanting to break away or hide away from the world's harsh realities. Could also be coming up during this eclipse, where we are in Pisces, and that is a Pisces thing to want to escape. So it could be a sense of escapism coming up during this eclipse too. You might have a sense of, there could be a sense of volatile or angry, especially coming with that square with Jupiter and Mars, because Mars is looking for justice. It's looking for that balance. Jupiter in Cancer is about the home. So it can be bringing up certain what energies could be as well. And even if I do feel like there's a sense here of social justice. So I do feel like there could be a sense of more people wanting to protest or wanting to be louder, wanting to be heard. That it could be like a mirage, like we've had all these protests in Australia, where people in the know what actually went on. The media are portraying it as something different. I do feel like maybe you're going to see through people's masks, see through people's persona, or what they're trying to image, they're trying to portray or project, that you might even get to see through that too, coming up during this eclipse. We will have another one towards the end of the month, and that will be in Virgo. So, but there's links to Virgo with this eclipse too. So I haven't looked yet at the solar eclipse that's happening later on, but that will be mostly ruled by Virgo, so that will be more about your details and more nitpicking. But yet there'll be some of that into this one too, with the Mercury. So it's more about how we communicate, people wanting to say the right things, or getting things the right way, or saying how things are meant to be said, but also a sense of overthinking things too. And it could be linked with your emotions though, linked with how people feel, but also going to be linked with your destiny, with what your purpose is. So I feel like you'll be thinking a lot about your soul purpose, why you're here, pondering like on the life's questions that are coming up. So I feel like will be a big one that does come up during this eclipse. So I'm filming this a little bit earlier during the week, because on Friday I'll be at a networking event which I'm very excited to attend to, and I won't have time to film it. I actually film it on Friday, and I won't have time to film it on Friday. So let's do a channel for this eclipse that is coming up in Pisces. Let's see. This eclipse will be a powerful eclipse for you all will want to share your spirit, share and rise above the darkness that has become and fall upon you all. You are wanting to feel empowered, you want to feel inspired, and you want to feel like the collective knows what they're doing. But in reality, the collective has no idea to know what they're doing. For this eclipse will shine light on that, and it will spread the word. For it is time for leaderships to rise. It is time for people who think they're in leadership to fall. It is time for justice to be served for the people that have been wanting to rally and to get behind the true cause of things. It is time for the people around the world to rise up. The people who feel like they haven't been heard, the people who feel like they've been betrayed by their own governments and their own way of society and their own life. It is time for you all to come together. This eclipse will shine upon that. It will also shine upon what you see in spirit, what you sense is believing, what you believe is true. It will cause a sense of pain on people who follow religiously, views blindly, for it will also shed light on people who are trying to brainwash other people and say what they say is true and what they say is correct. It is now time for you to rise above people who are difficult, for people who cause you pain, for people who do not see the truth, for people who have snake tongues and lie about things. These are the times where they are going to be knocked on the head and the true era will come out. You will see who is on your side. You'll see who's against you. You will see who speaks the truth and who's going to be loyal to you. Do not be afraid to speak up during this eclipse, for you have this time and this energy to speak your truth. That is what it is here for. Speak your truth, speak it loud, and get it out there. So what I've got coming up this week, I always forget, I'm in Young. So this week I've got my networking event. I've then got coming up, so I've got Young, so I'm in the Everything Spirit Festival. That's on the 13th and 14th of September. And then 21st and 20th I'm at Mittagon. And then I've got an MBS festival coming up on the Thursday the 9th and the 12th of October. And then I'm at Swansea towards Saturday and Sunday, Saturday 25th, 26th of October too. Then Canberra, then the Psychic Cruise. So a lot going on. So we have released 2 other cruises so we can't get on the cruise that's coming up this November. And you want a taster. So the taster one is next year, the 4-night one. That's from Brisbane, and that will be starts at 1,200 and something. So it's around that price frame. And I think we're going to have an early bird special coming up, so it'll be even cheaper than that. So if you're looking for a cruise that's not going to be too long and just to see if you like it, that would be a perfect one. And it's about Ali Beach for that one too. And then 2027, in January 2027, we have another one going leading from Sydney. So it's going to be really, really great. I've still got my podcast going, my 2 that I have. So I've got the one Spiritual and Cosmic Lady D. So that's my one that I do by myself. And then I have the one I do with the girls, the 4 pillars, which I've been putting up on my YouTube channel as well. So I think that's all my messages. If you do want a reading with me, you can contact me and we can book you in for a reading. I ever do half-an-hour readings, 45 minutes or an hour. I don't do 15-minute readings, and I don't pay by questions, so I pay by sessions, because if you do 15-minute readings, I find people will stretch me out to get to that half an hour. So I do sessions. So thank you for your likes, shares and your comments, and I'll see you all for my next video. So bye for now.